Yo, what is up guys? It's NLG here, and today we have episode 2 of the New Japan Pro Wrestling series. Today it is Wrestle Kingdom. As you can see, we lost $1.5 million last month. $1 million in miscellaneous fees. I don't understand how we're spending that much on marketing and miscellaneous. I don't understand, but sure. We really need to hope that we make good money from pay-per-view revenue and pay-per-view sales tonight, because if we don't, then we are absolutely scuppered, and this will be a very small save. So, in the last episode, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Spoiler alert, everyone fucking dies. There was a plane crash, and so we're left with a smaller roster. So, it's Wrestle Kingdom. We have a big challenge of trying to get, it'll be a good show, but obviously it won't be quite as good as it would be in real life, where the roster will not be depleted. So let's kick things off from the Tokyo Dome in front of 16,870 people, as we have a 10-man New Japan Rumble, which sees Togi Makabe walk out as the victor in 17 minutes and 20 seconds. The final four was Tenzan, Kojima, Nagata and Makabe, four very well respected veterans within the company. Togi Makabe got the most eliminations over the course of the match, and TJP, the first entrant, set the record for surviving the longest. Amazing Reds got an awful gimmick. Cool Cabana's fun babyface gimmick got an initial rating of very good. Red, someone who will be here as he has been recently in New Japan. Cool Cabana will be here for a little while. TJP's got a cocky gimmick with an initial rating of average. And yeah, so Red improves in technical, and Togi Makabe walks out of the pre-show the victor. We then kick off the show with a 57C-. So, the junior heavyweight tag team titles. In real life, it was set to be the champions ELP and Taiji Shimori defending against Roppongi 3K. Yo and Taiji passed, so Sho and Phantasmo, they both get to pick their own partners, and that rhymed. So, ELP chose the one ally in the junior division that there is in Bullet Club, in Yujiro Takashi. Sho picked his friend Rocky Romero, and Rocky and Sho get the victory, pinning Yujiro Takashi in 9:39 with a dive and elbow to become junior heavyweight tag team champions. Yujiro with a 42, Sho with a 51, Rocky with a 56, El Phantasmo with a very impressive 77. That match shows that if they're having to rely on Yujiro, then maybe Bullet Club needs some star power in the junior division. Maybe they'll have someone on their way in to that junior heavyweight division. We then have a 63C when 6-man tag team action in a bout that had decent wrestling but little heat. Suzuki Gun win tag team gold as the United States heavyweight champion Lance Archer teams with Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. to defeat the Chaos faction. Mikey Nichols, Robbie Eagles and Toru Yano represent Chaos, and in 14:41 Lance Archer pins Yano with his crucifix powerbomb. And again, they are the new 6-man tag team champions. Nichols' old school facecam got an initial rating of great. Zack Sabre Jr. got an 86, what a man. Robbie Eagles did very well, getting a 73 as well. A solid match there. So the reason for this match is that Suzuki Gun, well, they're pretty much the only faction that could fit in this match other than Chaos. Toru Yano was champion in real life, so he gets to pick 2 Chaos partners to team with him. Lance Archer, there was no one for him to defend the United States Championship against that made sense other than Juice Robinson, and because at the time of the plane crash, Juice and David Finlay Jr. were they were tied with Evelyn Snyder actually for top of the World Tag League rankings, so Juice and Finlay compete later tonight for the tag team titles. Lance Archer and Robbie Eagles improving technical as well, so that's good to see. Robbie Eagles already getting better. Lance Archer with a 59, not a great rating, but certainly not a bad one. We then have a 54C-, where Bushi and Sanada defeat Bullet Club and the team of Finlay Jr. and Juice Robinson in 14:23 when Bushi pins Leo Tonga with the Firebird Splash to win the Tag Team Championships for LIJ. So Sanada lost Evil, he chose Bushi as his partner tonight. Tama Tonga lost Tangaroa, he chose his brother Leo Tonga, who returns from excursion. And obviously Finlay Jr. and Juice, they remain together. Leo Tonga and Tama Tonga don't work well together as a team, so that's a problem. Sanada and Bushi, they both did okay. You'd expect a bit more from them. Juice Robinson with only a 59, you'd expect a little more from him. And Finlay Jr. only gets a 34, which is very disappointing. But that's fine, we can build people up, that isn't a problem. Finlay Jr. improves his performance, see, he's getting better already. Next up we have a 65C where Jon Moxley comes out from the crowd and he lays out Juice Robinson. He attacks him, he beats him up, he lays him out with the paradigm shift, or I think it was the Death Rider, wasn't it, that he called it in New Japan. His loose cannon gimmick gets an initial rating of poor. Jon Moxley is back in New Japan. He has some unfinished business to attend to with Juice Robinson. He's not done with them. You know, they're 1-1. Jon Moxley wants revenge. He wants to finish what he started, and he's done a good job of doing that tonight. But I think, maybe, just maybe, this one will end in the ring in a proper match down the line. We then have a 50D+, where in the retirement match for Jushin Thunder Liger's farewell, he goes 1-on-1 with the returning Alex Shelley. And in a disappointing bout, Shelley defeats Liger in 14:04 by pinfall to WA4. Shelley with a 63 to Liger's 47. Shelley's fan favourite gimmick gets an initial rating of average. The reason behind this was basically I needed junior heavyweight for Liger to face a new better than Alex Shelley, a very well respected junior heavyweight, a fan favourite and a brilliant performer at that. Shelley gets the victory and Liger will bow out one last time tomorrow night at New Year's Dash, which will be episode 3. As we then have a 58C- where two former Never Openweight champions battle it out for the vacated championship. As in a bout that had decent wrestling, Haruki Goto gets the victory in the end, pinning Jeff Cobb in 15:34 by pinfall to GTR to become champion. Jeff Cobb got a 39 and his performance was boosted by the chemistry that Goto and Cobb have together. That is incredibly worrying. I've watched Jeff Cobb wrestle a lot. He's a very good wrestler. That 39 is bullshit. That is bullshit, and that's damaged the match. Goto did well, getting a 75 there, a solid rating for him. The second best performance of the night behind Zack Sabre Jr. Cobb's badass gimmick gets an initial rating of average. No improvements to comment upon as we move further throughout the show. We then have a 70C+ in the third from main event. In a bout that had great wrestling but didn't have much heat, Will Ospreay defeats Dragon Lee in 14:11 by pinfall at the 6:30 splash to retain the Junior Heavyweight Championship for a second time. Dragon Lee with 72, Ospreay gets an 86 despite being really off his game. The match suffered from a lack of psychology, which is a bit harsh and unfair, but it is what it is. But yeah, Ospreay gets a victory over Dragon Lee, a man who lost the Junior Heavyweight Championship last year. He never got a rematch. He went straight in the Super J Cup where he lost in the final to El Phantasmo of Bullet Club. He gets his rematch tonight and he comes up short, but in what is the match of the night so far. And imagine how good it would have been if Ospreay wasn't really off his game as well. Then Kota Ibushi comes out the ring. We couldn't leave Kota Ibushi off of the show. The plan was to have him fight Chris Jericho, since Jericho can't fight Tanahashi, but Jericho's got a groin sprain, so even the men who aren't dead can't be here tonight. So yeah, Kota Ibushi didn't have anyone to face, so we stuck him up against a man who would have a brilliant match with him in the Tokyo Dome, a man making his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut, New Japan's newest signing, Tatsuya Endo. And in the match of the night so far, in a decent match, Kota Ibushi defeats Tetsuya in 18:47 by pinfall with a Phoenix Splash, we'll call that. Endo's cocky youth gimmick gets an usher in of great. Endo was really off his game, only getting a 62 as well, which is a bit of a shame, but we can build him up, And Kota gets a 76, which is a bit lower than I would have liked, I think, because he is one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Endo improves in Rumble and Technical. But yeah, a solid match, it'll do. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. I'm a little disappointed. I feel like I expected more than a 76 from someone as good as Kota Ibushi. Like, Ospreay did 10 better and he was really off his game. But what can we do? As we then move into your main event of the evening, the IWGP Intercontinental Championship bout. It is Jay White of Bullet Club versus Los Ingobernables de Japon's Tatsuya Nadeau for Jay White's championship. The winner will main event the first New Beginning show in Osaka, Japan against Kota Ibushi. Obviously they're doing it on night 2 in real life. We can't really get away with doing 2 nights with our roster at the moment. So, who will headline that show against Kota Ibushi? Who will walk out as Intercontinental Champion? Switchblade Jay White. As in a superb match, Jay White gets the victory over Tetsuya Naito in 26-14 by pinfall with the Blade Runner. During the match we also had Gedo distract Naito when he was on the top rope. And yeah, Jay White makes defense for one of the Intercontinental title, and he will battle the G1 Climax 2019 or 29 I should say winner Kota Ibushi. Jay White gets a 75, Tetsuya Naito gets an 86, so maybe the wrong guy won that match. Or, for storyline purposes, maybe the right guy won. Jay and Gedo have excellent chemistry together, and Gedo did some good work at ringside. As then to round off the show, 72B minus, as Kota Ibushi and Jay White, they have a tense stare down. Kota lifts up the briefcase, Jay White raises his championship high. Those two stare down. They might even face each other in the next episode in multi-man tag team match action in Korakuen Hall at New Year Dash. Who knows, but as for now we get 75B minus. No specific comments to be made about this show, but yeah, I think we need to praise Tatsuya. We need to praise Zack Sabre Jr. I'll be honest, I want to praise Ospreay, but he's really off his game, so it seems a bit weird to praise someone who wasn't on their game. So we're going to praise Robbie Eagles, who got 2 less than Hiroki Goto did, but to be fair, Eagles had to do less because he was in the ring less, because he was in a 6-man tag team match. But I'd say for what happened, that was a solid show. I feel like I did an alright job at making each match try and make sense, I guess, because it was kind of hard at a very last minute attempt at doing so. Tommy Dreamer is your new Impact World Champion, if anyone cares. Oh, that's great. Lucha Bros won the DDT tournament in PWG, the first one of those that's been on in about 19 years. Chuck Taylor injured himself. He's got a shattered knee, which sounds bad. Probably from all the grenades he uses in PWG, or used to. And we've got a lack of big names, which is a problem. We need at least 2 big names, which is workers with an average overness of at least 77% across the company's home area. So that's a problem. J Sports are unhappy. What's the problem with our show then? We made a lot of money on pay-per-view from that show. So the show got a 75B minus, and what do they want? A 77. That's not too far off. So it could have been worse. It could have been worse. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in the next episode for New Year Dash. Let's see how the future will move and what the future holds for New Japan Pro Wrestling.